It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. I don't think I've ever had a beer from Attic Brew Co before. If I have, and you've seen the review and you're already shouting, yes you have, then I do apologise. But this beer launched into Sainsbury's. I went to Sainsbury's on the weekend. I picked up a load of their new craft beers. This is called Signals IPA. It's 5.6% ABV. These guys are based in Sturchley in Birmingham. Check them out. 440 milliliter can, 5.6% ABV. It was £3 a can. I've got the receipt here from Sainsbury's. I'm doing my best to get the prices right. Was it Jim Davison who got the prices right? Or was it Brucey who got the prices right? I can't remember. Anyway, 440 milliliter can. There's a sell-by date of the 6th of September 2023. It is only March 2023, so we got a 6-month shelf life on this beer. Without further ado, I like the label. I think the label's very nice. In fact, when I was in Sainsbury's and I looked at the beer shelf, sometimes it's very difficult to distinguish what's new and what's not. But this jumped out at me. This can, poof, jumped out at me. So, happy days. For a brewery, you want your beers to pop. You want your beers to pop on the shelf. To be able to go, hey, look at that. I like that. I pick it up. And that's exactly what I did when I seen this beer. So, without further ado then, let's get it out into a glass and see what we get. A little bit of smoke on the can opening. Beer in the glass. I like trying new beers that land on the supermarket shelves because this is a fantastic opportunity for somebody like Attic Brew Co. This is a fantastic opportunity to showcase what these guys can do. It's an opportunity to go right the way all over the UK with their beer, distribute the beer all over the UK. And it's a fantastic opportunity to say, hey, look at us. We produce really good beer. And of course, their website's on the side of the can for all to see. People then go to their website, they order kind of different beers from Attic Brew, and job done. They've kind of made their mark on the brewing industry. So it's very important that they put a really good beer on the shelf. So what do we have? We got a 1 finger white head, good levels of carbonation rolling up the side of the glass. It's a straw coloured, almost looks like pineapple juice. Straw coloured hazy beer. Let's get the aroma. Smells very good. A little bit dry, a little bit spicy and peppery. But there's some tangerine flavours coming through. A little bit of grapefruit. A little bit of soft lemon. Not a big punchy lemon aroma, but more of a kind of subtle, soft lemon aroma. Yeah, it smells really good. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. The first thing that hit me was the dryness. The beer is quite dry. There's a drying finish on the beer. It's quite peppery, it's quite spicy. And then this There's subtle flavours, but they're individual flavours, which I love. I love that from craft brewers who, you can tell this beer is the flavour, the tropical flavour, dare I say it, is coming from the hops. You can definitely get that it's coming from the hops because there's a separation. There's a separation of these flavours from the hops. You get a little bit of tangerine. You get a little bit of lemon. A little bit of spiciness with that lemon as well. There's a touch of grapefruit. There's a touch of passion fruit. There's a touch of mango. But they're individual flavours on the flavour wheel. It's like if a brewer was to use concentrates, you can tell the concentrate because you kind of go in orange peel, fleshy blood orange, grapefruit, tangerine, and you're kind of rattling the flavours out really quickly. But with this beer, it's more, I can taste a little bit of orange. Now I can taste a little bit of grapefruit. It's a separation of those flavours. It's really good beer. It's really good beer. There's a little bit of sweetness as well from that slight wafer biscuit malt flavour that's hitting you on the palate. Carbonation pushes the beer round the inside of the mouth, releases more of that flavour. But it's the dryness that gets me. I quite like this spicy, slightly peppery, slightly bitter. There's a little bit of, I haven't talked about the balance yet of the beer. There's a slight bitterness coming through, which we'll talk about in a moment. But for me, it's the dryness. It's a lovely dry finish on the beer. Now, balance. So the beer starts off. What I love from beer, one of the biggest things I love about beer is balance. So beers generally with the malt, they generally start off to be sweet over here. And then they make their way to be bitter over here. So you've got that kind of, like a Chinese takeaway, that sweet and sour, you know? The opposites collide and they somehow work. Well, it's the same with beer. Sweetness from the malt, bitterness from the hops. It kind of offers a really lovely balance to the beer. It really does. So that's Attic Brew Co. and that's their Signals IPA. It's really nice that they've found this opportunity with Sainsbury's to put the beer on the shelf because it's opened my eyes now to Attic Brew Co beers, and I'm pretty sure now that they're firmly on my radar. Arriving at our destination, a juicy IPA with a berry-filled aroma, backed up with flavours of orange, apricot and pineapple, and finishing with a reassuring resinous bitterness. Follow the signals and make tracks for Birmingham. There we go. I haven't been to Birmingham since the year 1999. How many years ago was that? 24 years ago. 24 years ago, probably exactly. I was in the army. I went in the army. I did some basic training up in, I think it was Lichfield. So I went up to Birmingham on the train and then ventured off then to Lichfield. I believe it was Lichfield. I can't remember now, but I did some basic training in the army. Yeah, but I haven't been to Birmingham. I remember how big the station was. It was huge. Rating for this one. Yeah, I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. It's a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. £3 a can. Good value for money. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.